The silent enemy, hidden salt in everyday meals. Hello, my dear friends. It's such a comfort to be with you again, wherever you're listening from. Maybe your kitchen, where the aroma of dinner still lingers. Or perhaps your cozy chair near the window, where the soft evening light spills across the floor. I invite you to take a slow, deep breath in and out. And now, think about this simple question. What did you eat today? Perhaps a bowl of soup, a sandwich, maybe a bit of cheese, or something warm and comforting like stew or noodles. Now, imagine this. Somewhere inside every one of those foods, hidden in the folds of flavor, there's something small, invisible, yet powerful. It doesn't look dangerous. It doesn't smell or sting, but it can quietly change the way your heart beats, how your kidneys work, and even how your blood flows. That something is salt. We've lived with it our whole lives. We cook with it. We crave it. We even reach for it before tasting the food. It's part of our traditions, our recipes, our comfort. Salted soup on a rainy day. Pickled vegetables from childhood. A pinch of salt on a boiled egg. It's love in flavor form. But today, let's talk heart to heart about how that same familiar salt can become a silent enemy when it quietly builds up in our bodies. Not to frighten you, but to open a gentle window of awareness so we can keep enjoying our meals, our memories, and our health for many more years. I remember once visiting my aunt years ago, a woman full of laughter, always humming old songs as she cooked. She used to say, "Food without salt is like a day without sunshine." And for most of her life, that was true. But in her 70s, things began to change. Her blood pressure crept up little by little. She started to feel tired more often. Her ankles swelled slightly by evening, and sometimes her heart would beat too fast. When the doctor told her that too much salt was straining her heart and kidneys, she looked surprised and a little betrayed. "How could something so small cause so much trouble?" she said. That's when I realized salt isn't just a seasoning. It's a story about balance, about hidden habits, about how tiny things we overlook can quietly shape our health and our years ahead. Now, let's understand what actually happens inside. You see, our bodies need a little salt, or more accurately, sodium, to keep our muscles and nerves working properly. But when we consume more than our body can handle, things begin to shift quietly. Sodium attracts water, so when there's too much sodium in your blood, your body starts to hold on to water to dilute it. That means your blood vessels fill up. Pressure builds inside them, like too much water in a garden hose. And your heart has to pump harder. You don't feel this pressure right away. There's no pain, no warning light. But day after day, year after year, this silent pressure slowly wears down your heart, your arteries, and your kidneys. It's like leaving a faucet slightly open all night. One drop doesn't seem like much, but over time, it floods the floor. That's why doctors call high blood pressure the silent killer. It doesn't announce itself until something serious happens. A stroke, a heart attack, or kidney failure. And too often, behind that quiet rise in pressure is salt. Now you might think, but I don't add much salt when I cook. That's what my aunt thought too. But here's the tricky part. Most of the salt we consume doesn't come from the salt shaker. It hides in the foods we buy, especially the ones that look innocent. Bread, cereal, soup, cheese, deli meats, even sauces and salad dressings. A single bowl of canned soup can have 800 to 1,000 milligrams of sodium, more than half your daily limit in one sitting. A simple sandwich with cheese and processed meat can easily go beyond the full recommended amount. The American Heart Association suggests we aim for less than 1,500 milligrams a day on about 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Yet the average person consumes 2 to 3 times that amount daily, often without realizing it. That means our bodies are carrying around extra water, extra pressure, and extra strain every single day. Let's pause for a moment. Think about your own meals, the soup you like, the bread you toast, the sauces you drizzle. Do you know how much salt is in them? If not, you're not alone. Most of us grew up in a time when nutrition labels didn't even exist. We trusted our taste buds, and if something tasted normal, it must have been fine. But food has changed. Manufacturers add salt not only for flavor, but also as a preservative, to make food last longer, look brighter, and even trick our brains into craving more: salt, sugar, and fat, the trio that keeps people reaching for the next bite. So in a way, it's not our fault. We've been taught by decades of marketing and convenience to eat in ways our grandparents never did. But that also means we can relearn, gently, wisely, and without losing the joy of eating. A few years ago, I met a retired teacher named George at a community wellness group. He told me that after his wife passed away, he began eating mostly frozen dinners. They were easy, fast, and didn't make much mess, but over time, his blood pressure skyrocketed. When his doctor asked him about salt, George laughed and said, "I never touched the salt shaker." Then they looked at the labels together. Each frozen meal had 700 to 900 milligrams of sodium. George was eating 3 of them a day. That's more than double what his body could safely handle. So he made a change. He started cooking again. Simple meals, like boiled potatoes with olive oil and herbs, or steamed vegetables with a squeeze of lemon. Within a few months, his blood pressure dropped, his energy returned, and he told me something beautiful. I didn't just lower my salt. I found my appetite for life again. You see, cutting back on salt isn't about punishment. It's about rediscovering flavor, real flavor, the kind that comes from food itself. At first, when you start eating less salt, everything may taste bland, but within 2 or 3 weeks, your taste buds adjust. They wake up again, suddenly. You'll notice the sweetness in a carrot, the richness in beans, the freshness in greens. The tongue learns to listen again. Try experimenting with natural seasonings: garlic, onion, parsley, thyme, rosemary, dill, paprika, lemon juice, even a little vinegar. They add complexity and brightness, not just saltiness. And when food is full of aroma and texture, we stop missing the salt. Another helpful habit is reading labels, not like a chore, but like reading a story about what you're putting into your body. Look for words like sodium, brine, or monosodium glutamate. If a serving has more than 300 milligrams of sodium, it's best to eat it sparingly. Watch out for terms like reduced sodium. They can still be high. What matters is the actual number. And here's a simple trick for canned foods. Rinse them, whether it's beans, peas, or corn. Running them under water for a few seconds can wash away up to 40% of the salt. That small step can make a big difference over time. There's also a beautiful balance in nature that can help us. Potassium, it's like salt's gentle opposite. Foods rich in potassium: bananas, spinach, sweet potatoes, oranges, beans, help your body flush out extra sodium through your kidneys. They also relax your blood vessels and lower pressure naturally. So the next time you feel like snacking, try a banana instead of salted crackers. You're not just avoiding something harmful, you're actively helping your body heal. Let's also talk about something deeper: our habits. Many of us, especially as we age, find comfort in routines. We eat the same breakfast, the same soup, the same dinner for years. Change feels inconvenient, even unnecessary. But think about it this way: your body is your oldest friend. It has carried you through joy, through grief, through work and love and family. It deserves a little kindness now, a bit of relief from the silent burdens we never meant to give it. Reducing salt is one of the simplest, most powerful ways to show that kindness, and you don't need to change everything overnight. Just begin gently. If you cook soup, add half the salt and see how it feels. If you eat out, ask for the sauce on the side. If you buy bread, look for low-sodium varieties. Each small choice adds up, like tiny pebbles building a path toward a healthier tomorrow, and there's something wonderful that happens when we start caring this way, not just physically, but emotionally, because our relationship with food is also our relationship with ourselves. When we take time to read a label, to taste before adding more, or to prepare something fresh, we're saying, I care about my life. I care about staying strong, clear and present for the people I love. That's not just nutrition, that's love in action. I often think about an old couple I once met in Okinawa, Japan, a place famous for its long-living elders. They shared meals every day for more than 60 years. When I asked them the secret, the wife laughed and said, "We use very little salt. Instead, we add time. We let flavors blend slowly." She meant that literally and metaphorically. They cooked slowly, ate slowly, lived slowly. Their meals weren't about filling the stomach. They were about feeding the soul. And maybe that's the wisdom we can all take to heart. Slowing down, savoring, being mindful. Because when we eat slower, we need less salt. Our brain has time to recognize flavor and satisfaction before the urge to add more kicks in. Let's imagine a simple example. You're sitting at the table with a bowl of soup. Steam rises. The smell of vegetables and herbs fills the air. Before reaching for the salt shaker, take a sip. Notice the warmth, the texture, the flavor that's already there. Maybe it's enough. Maybe it's perfect just as it is. And if not, instead of salt, add a squeeze of lemon or a sprinkle of herbs. See how it changes. It's like giving your senses a little adventure. This isn't about restriction, it's about discovery. When you start eating this way, you'll notice subtle changes. Your rings fit better. Your ankles don't swell as much at night. You wake up feeling lighter, clearer, calmer. Even your heart rate may steady. These are your body's quiet ways of saying thank you. And as weeks turn into months, those small improvements become long-term protection for your heart, your kidneys, your brain. Lowering salt can reduce your risk of stroke, heart disease, and memory decline, but beyond that, it helps you feel good again. That's the real goal. There's another kind of salt we all carry. Emotional salt, you might say. The salt of stress, worry, old habits, or guilt about our health. Sometimes we need to wash that away too. So, as you make these gentle adjustments, don't be harsh on yourself. If you slip up, if you forget, it's okay. Progress is a river, not a straight line. Every day you choose awareness over autopilot, you're already doing something beautiful for yourself. One evening, not long ago, I visited my aunt again. Now in her 80s, she's learned to cook differently. More herbs, less salt. Her soup still tastes like home, but lighter, fresher. She said, "I used to think flavor came from salt. But now I realize it comes from care. And that, my dear friends, might be the deepest wisdom of all. Because caring about what we eat, how we live, and how we treat our bodies is an act of gratitude for life itself." So tonight, when you sit down to your meal, take a moment. Look at your plate and remember, the choices here can shape how you feel tomorrow, next month, even next year. Choose balance. Choose flavor that nourishes, not overwhelms. Choose a little less salt and a lot more love. Your body will thank you in whispers, steadier heartbeat, calmer sleep, lighter step. And those whispers, over time, will become a song of well-being. Because the truth is simple. Health is not about doing everything right. It's about doing small things kindly every day. And if this message touches your heart, share it with someone you care about. A friend, a neighbor, or your children. Let them know that the quiet changes we make today can add peaceful years to tomorrow. If you haven't already, subscribe to Elder Wisdom, where we share gentle reflections and timeless lessons for the heart, the mind, and the years we've been blessed with. Until next time, take care of your heart, your body, and your spirit. And remember, sometimes the most powerful things in life are not the loudest, but the ones that whisper softly within us. Thank you for listening. Stay gentle, stay wise, and stay well.